Man, I think that music's getting faster and faster.
Hey, I like that music.
You know,
it's about like us catching fish this morning.
That's right. We're with Les Smith. We're here at the Crappie compound, and we're at the Sore Lip 'em All event, and the fish are biting, and you're sore lipping them all, aren't you?
Let me tell you that this event, which you very well know. I don't know how many people we got out there right now, but I think we're supposed to have 58 at dinner tonight.
Right.
And this event's gotten so big. All the great sponsors that we got, that are out there putting this thing on. Grizzly Jig Store every year in the spring, first week of February.
Right.
You need to come register. Come on up, visit the booth, visit all the sponsors, and get in on this trip because it's a trip of a lifetime.
Exactly. Yeah. And so many people here and the guides that you have coming in to take out the people that are there, amazing. And so, but we're going to talk about how you're catching fish to the winners that are coming in because you're power trolling for them, right?
Yeah, we, that's what I'm known for is power trolling, Brad.
That's right.
I'm not a live scoper. I do use a live scope to kind of help me along the way a little bit and identify where the fish are at in the water column, find out if I'm in fish and that sort of thing. But we're power trolling on the front. We're using those B&M 18-foot power trollers.
Right.
We using 3-ounce weights.
Yeah.
And that's got those cannonball. We call them cannonballs. Got them on there. But we're running about 1.5 to 1.7 miles an hour. And man, it's just the fishing's just gotten better every day that we've been out here. And today was a bomb. We got all the people coming in this afternoon that won the trip.
Right.
And hopefully we'll have the same kind of day tomorrow we had today. These church tackle planter boards, we got those on the back. So
okay. Explain to them first about power trolling. What's power trolling? Traditionally, what you did, and then what you're doing now.
Yeah. Power trolling is something that I learned years ago from my dad, and just kind of perfected the technique. I don't know if you could perfect what he did, but things have changed a little bit. Right. I'd love to see today that, there's a power troller pole out there that he didn't have back then. He was using cane poles. Things have changed up a little bit, but the technique is still there. But that's how I learned how to do it. The power trolling on the front is where you're pushing off the front. You're using those poles that are designed, and I have 1 million people that message me or ask, hey, can I use this pole? Can I use that pole? Can I do this? Can I do that? And it's kind of hard. You try to show people what they need. You show them the products they need.
Right.
You show them everything, how to rig up, how to rig the lines up, where to run your weights, how to do it all. But, when you're dealing with as many people as out there that are fishermen, they all want to do it their way.
Right.
So all I can do is tell you what I do, and it works for me. May not work for the next fellow, but as long as you get those B&M 18-foot power trollers, now some people may say that's too big, too long, too heavy. Go with a 16. I caught a ton of fish with 16s before I went to 18. So I would never go with a pole under 16, simply power trolling, because those, even with a 3-ounce weight, those rigs, they're drifting back underneath the front of that boat. You get a little bit of slap or wind noise up there or something like that, and it's going to affect you a little bit. So I try to get the power trollers. I'm telling you, this time of year especially, you can just kind of count on the end of May, 1st of June, crankbaits are going to be in. They're going to be hot. And you saw that yesterday.
That's right.
And we saw it this morning.
So out the back, you're in front, you're pushing out.
And
now in the back, in the old days, you long line basically, right?
Well, I did some long lining, did some crankbaiting back there, but the old, what I call traditional way, which, that's what everybody does. Until last year, early spring, I learned this technique and running planer boards. I've seen it. I've seen people on the lake try it. I've heard people talk about it. And the first thing I hear somebody say, they're too complicated. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to tell you, if you ever do it and you ever master it and you get good at it, it's absolutely unbelievable because I can do the power trolling technique underneath the planer boards.
Right.
And you can run these little church tackle mini planers are the way to go. You snap your line on right there, snap it through here, hook it on the end of your line, throw them out. And I'm telling you, put that 3 ounce weight on there, 2 ounce, whatever you feel comfortable with.
Right.
The fish have been so shallow in the water column this week. We're catching them 2 to 6 feet primarily. And so we hadn't run any weights. We just putting about 6, 8, 10 foot with double jig rigs or a fin spin setup, which is a crappie magnet fin spin on the top.
Right.
We're running the PICOs on the bottom.
Yep.
And we're getting, sometimes we get one on a PICO, sometimes we get one on a crappie magnet. So,
and sometimes, even yesterday, we got double.
Yeah,
we got
we did
one
that.
on one, one on the other. Now,
Yeah.
neither one were keepers, which was odd because we had only been catching keepers. But usually that's how that goes. So let's look at some of the stuff that you're using now.
all right. Well,
Start with the planer. You talked a
right.
little bit about the planer board
Yeah.
and the TX.
this is the TX12 mini planer by Church Tackle, and it is the way to go. I mean, it's absolutely the bomb when it comes. It's small, it's compact, easy to operate. Got the little flag system on there. When you rig it up, and you got your little mini ships out there, and you see a fish hit, that little flag's going to come down. And so, as far as planer boards are concerned, those things are the bomb. They were real easy for me to learn. You can set the tension on them, different things like that right there. But we've got those things set to where a crappie hits it and it's coming down.
And the biggest difference on this, and if you buy one, is that they changed the release out. So this release is more of a solid release, and it has a pin that runs through it. And then when you pull it, it snaps.
There's no way it'll come off.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when it comes off, it's pretty simple. But
Yeah.
but that is different. So if you buy a set and you're wondering why your set has the black release, that's because that's the one that comes with it.
That's right.
So,
And if you have the other release, I would recommend using this little tab here.
Yeah.
Just in case it did pop loose.
Right.
Here, you're not going to lose your planer board.
Right.
And, the snap here may not hold it, but I don't have to use this little piece right
release,
here with this snap.
Right.
So I can go straight to the back and snap it on. But
so how many are you running? How many are running out of the flagship? Can we call it the flagship? Sore Lip 'em all?
Yeah. That's what it looks like on some of our videos out there. Looks like a little Spanish Armada coming through there, But generally, you can. I don't ever run over 4 on each side. Now, when you got people like
3
Jim,
planer boards and then 2 of the stern planers.
stern planers, and a stern planer, it just goes straight out the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't run off to the side or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And we didn't get one of those, but I think there's one in that box right there.
They kind of look like a carrot.
Yeah.
Shaped like a carrot.
And you just hook your bait on that stern planer, let it go. You can let 2 of them out the back, which we were running today, and then the mini planer boards off on the side. So, but deadly technique, unbelievable. When you're power trolling and you're doing that together, 1 minute these things may be hot, the other minute the front may be hot. Today they were both just smoking. So, I mean, when you got a limit of 25 crappie at 820, and we were taking up, and they were doing some filming, and we had 3 on when we had, and I said, "Now it's a shame to take a almost 2 pound crappie and chunk him, throw him back." And I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "We're done." So we're chunking them back in the lake. But
that's because the limit.
Yeah, limits was a 25-man boat limit.
Right.
You can catch 10 per person, up to a boat limit of 25.
So that's
and they have to be over 12 inches.
That's right.
Yeah, over 12 inches.
And there was a game warden out there yesterday that was nice enough to be out there and courteous enough to stop a few people and ask them if they had over 12-inch crappie and
That's
how
right.
many. So that's good. We need enforcement. If they're going to set the rules, we need enforcement for everyone on that. So next, after that, you're putting you're putting the jigs on.
Yeah, these are the Crappie Magnet. This is the Pro Series, and this is kind of what it looks like right here. Got a little flashy boo on it. Right now they're loving it. This is our what we call big and nasty setup right here.
I like that he brings his own color. He brings his own color to his own podcast show.
Yeah,
there you go.
Let me tell you that, and that's. I'm glad I have my name on that one.
That's what I'm saying.
Color. And but that's called Les Pink, and that's a bad boy right there. You saw it in action yesterday.
Yeah, we got some fish on that yesterday.
And but it's got the Pro Series, and it's got the little slab curly underneath it. So this is what the Pro Series looks like by itself.
Right.
It's got the spinner on it. Got the little Crappie Magnet's got this head that's unique, and I think some people just maybe overlook it and don't realize what the purpose of that is. But you want that spinner to react with water flow.
Right.
Notice the little dip right there when you're pulling that thing. The water's going down, so it's actually pushing the water down on that spinner right there.
Right.
So it gives it, and coming through the water, you can see a little bit of bubble motion right there, which you would hope would attract fish, and I'm sure it maybe does, because those things all summer long, you just got to find the right color and get it on. We generally run the combination slab curly underneath, just run it up underneath the skirt right there, and
then they have a red hook. That series
this is called the Blood Series.
Blood Series,
there. Yeah, it's got the red eyes, red hooks, and that's called the Blood Series. Now we caught quite a few today on this with just the slab curly.
Really?
Yeah, they had. So we had some on.
Went a little more, but they were biting good today.
You get in front of them. That's
Which is interesting, because that takes us to the next thing, and we talked about red hooks on your jigs, and then you go to the next lure, and the PICO's got red hooks too.
Let me tell you, when PICO put the red hooks on, I for years on crankbaits always changed out my hooks and put red treble hooks on. I believe in them. I think you'll catch more fish, and that's one thing I can commend PICO for doing.
Yeah, and they're sharp little tacky sharp hooks. So.
Let me tell you, they'll get you.
They'll get you. You're supposed to just get the fish. Now, yesterday when we were out, a lot of the fish that bit the crankbaits swallowed them. How about today? What was the deal on today?
A lot of them today too. They just, I don't know, they like that bait, and when they come up, it's a little. You better be ready with your pliers and little doctor there to get it out. But,
so we'll kind of show them a variety. Show them a couple of those baits over there. I'll hold up this fire tag.
Yeah.
So these colors are like for a recommendation. Actually, these are still. A couple of them are still wet.
Still damp.
That's right. They just come out of his boat. He had to go get them because we need to show you. But everything from the traditional fire tagger, and then going over to the bone orange, and then that's the orange tagger. You got more oranges, and then a pink glimmer, and so the pink glimmer I think would be quite a color down here. But oranges are the strong.
Orange, black. This green. I mean, these are all these colors are. I tell you, when Mitch sent that box the other day of stuff, I opened it up. Man, I thought it was Christmas time. Yeah. I looked in there and I thought, oh my gosh, which one do I get out?
It was because you didn't have any of these before he sent them.
I know.
The
you
bone
must have
orange
told
down.
Yeah.
Well, Mitch has always been a firm believer on this color, because early in the year or in the summer, if the shad get down there and start digging down into the mud, to cool off, then all of a sudden they got this kind of orange appeal to them, and that's the reflex to it. But so you troll at 1.7 miles an hour to 1.5.
Yeah, today we probably averaged 1.5.
Okay.
And today, but now as summertime goes on and the bite heats up, 1.7 is my go-to number.
And so the other thing is you've noticed the tracking. Tell us about tracking, because when you get these, you're not tuning them.
You don't have to tune anything. You put them out and go fishing. And that's what I love about those things. I mean, you don't have to be twisting the bill, turning the bill. Some of the baits I've had in the past, you look out there and that thing's just running off on the side.
Right.
You put it in the water and it's going to run true. And the way we rig those up, is just remember, and I tell so many people this, take that leader, run your leaders. Now, all of my leaders are made with 8-pound test line. I use Gamma. You can use whatever you like. But basically what you got is I have a 5-foot leader. It's got a barrel swivel on it out here. I got a come down 2 foot, and I've got a 6-inch overhand knot loop, little drop that's sitting right here. And then you pull in a crankbait 3 feet behind it. So it's 3 feet differential from here to there. And you're running that thing, and on a live scope, you can see it. It's running just about like that right there.
Yep.
This bait's running right above it. And there'll be times they'll come in, there'll be one on this one and one on that one.
Right.
There's times when they are hitting this over that. It has a lot to do with color of the water, maybe whether it's sunshiny, not sunshiny, maybe a little overcast, that sort of thing. So sometimes the fish will tell you what they want. I mean, it's that simple.
And yesterday when the sun popped out, we caught fish.
Oh, yeah.
And today it was kind of cloudy, getting ready to rain. There wasn't no sun popping out, but it came.
And we caught 2 the minute we got in the water. I mean, it was like on. The bite was just on today.
You had such a long run today that I was really kind of thinking, man, where are they going?
Yeah.
Because we even use less gas than you, if that's possible.
Yeah.
So, but that was the deal. If you could give someone a couple tips for power trolling, what would it be?
I guess the first tip I'd say is don't try to reinvent the wheel.
Okay.
That's what more people that I talk to than ever want to do it so many different ways. Watch the videos, look at some of the stuff. I can tell you, I've tried it. Whatever you're asking me, I've done it at one time or another, and over the years. And it's at the point right now where I can put it in the water. It's going to do its thing every day. I've heard people try to want to put a weight on bottom, try to put a weight in the middle. I've done all that. Run it on top. And that way it's no resistance. And I've heard people say, well, can I use a weight that's not like an egg weight, or I should have my little weight system up here. But it's a little rubber grommet that fits on my main line just above my swivel. It has a fast snap on it. And I take whatever, it's real easy, whatever weight that I want to put on and off. If I'm wanting to run 3s, 2s, 1s, I just snap it on a snap swivel.
And that's a church tackle accessory that you had, and then they also have weights too.
Yeah. And I'm a firm believer. If I'm going to sponsor, or if I've got a sponsor that's willing to do what Mitch does, and Jeff Smith, and Church Tackle, and these guys, I mean, they go way and beyond to try to help us catch fish. And I don't go out there and fish with anything else. I mean, I know some people do, and that sort of thing, but the sponsors that I have, I'm going to use those baits, and they catch fish.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that takes us to Tackle Time. Tackle Time sponsored by PICO Lures. PICO Lures has a complete line of hard and soft baits. Everything you want to catch, from crappie in Mississippi to walleye up north. Pretty much PICO has something for you. They have crankbait colors, 44 crankbait colors, 14 square bill colors, so you can check them out online. But they also have like bass jig heads, if you're gonna go bass fishing, so you can check them once again online. And they do have PICO Lures has Vanguard Tackle, which is a line of like accessories like fillet knives and things, so check them out there at PicoLures.com. Fishing Guide podcast is also sponsored by B&M Poles. Of course, they have a complete line of rods for crappie fishing. They have so many crappie fishing rods, it's insane. You have to check those out. But they also have rods for catfishing. They got rods for trout fishing, saltwater, you name it. They got a rod that you can go fishing with and catch fish with. So make sure you check their rods out and all their products at bnmpoles.com. Les, if they want to find out more about you, where do they go?
Man, I don't know. Go to my power trolling page. Go to my Crappie Compound Adventures page. I mean, we here at the Crappie Compound, we just have a lot of fun. I'll say this. I know a lot of people message me. Want to know if I guide. I do not guide. I'll tell you that. People want to know if they can book rooms to come stay at the Crappie Compound. I do not do that either. No, it's invitation only.
Right.
And was special friends like you and other people over the years. But we just, it's just a little piece of heaven that we enjoy and have a lot of fun. And go to the Grizzly Jig Store.
Yeah.
In Caruthersville, Mississippi. That'd be
in the spring.
In the spring. And look, this Soil Lipper Mall getaway, and you can talk to any of the past people that have been winners, whatever it may be. It is a trip of a lifetime.
Absolutely.
You come in, we've got, there's boxes of stuff here that all these guests get from all of our sponsors. Hook and Bullet PBO sunglasses. I mean, everybody gets a $300 pair of sunglasses.
Right. Yeah.
All
so you got to register.
All you do
it's
is
crazy.
Register. Yeah. We're going to draw 4 names out, and you get to bring a guest, and it's all sponsored by. You got Crappie Magnet, you got Church Tackle, you got Cornfield Fishing Gear, you got B&M, you got Sea Arc, you got Doughboy Pools. Doughboy's been a great sponsor for us. Am I missing anybody?
No, you got them all.
Got them all.
Yeah.
But all those are great sponsors for this event, and you got all the best of. Well, there's a lot of great fishermen out there. I'm not going to say the best of the best because there's a lot of guys that aren't here. There's some great fishermen, especially in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And these guys will beat you real quick. But there's some of the best fishermen in the world here. And on pro staff with all these different companies, and
they come out and they take out the guest, and you might even get to fish with Les and do some power trolling. You can sit there and ask him a million questions, and he'll have a million plus one answer.
That's right.
And but anyway, sounds good. Like I always like to end the show. Make sure you keep your hook sharp, your lures in the water.
So we'll let them all.
That's right.